time for illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What's going on, everybody? I am Fatty Bates. There he is. He's here. What's going on, Big Bry?
I made it. Sorry, had to make a business decision. So hopefully I'll be around for the whole show.
A business decision.
Yeah. I didn't want to hold it in, so
Okay.
So I went and took care of some business.
Gotcha.
Dinner went through me pretty quick.
I got you. I hear you on that one. That's definitely a game time decision. I get that.
And I couldn't find my notes, so we're going note free tonight.
That's all right. I mean, there's really not notes. You do have trivia tonight, correct?
I do. Yep.
Okay. So tonight's show, the coaching carousel keeps swirling. Who would have thought Zach Taylor would be the only one left in the AFC North to keep his job? How about that shenanigans? We'll get into that here in a little bit. Tonight we are getting spicy with spices for Fat Boy Tuesday. And then for our top three, when you are sick, your must-haves when you're sick. What are your top three must-haves when you are sick, whether it be a certain kind of cough drop, TV show, certain blanket, if you are a blankie kind of person. So whatever makes you feel better when you are sick, we're going to get into those. Brian, we're also going to do the coaching carousel. More and more people keep coming up, so we're going to talk about them. And Brian, we're going to talk. We haven't talked about them in a while. We're going to talk about the Cavs. Not looking good for the Cavs right now. And normally I say, it's January, wake me up when it's playoff time. But Brian, the way they're playing right now, playoff time might be passing them by. So let's get into it. First off, our show is brought to you by Harold Q and Lake Erie APA. Also, City Dogs Cleveland. If you can adopt a city dog, please adopt. If you cannot adopt, volunteer, donate. Do whatever you can to help out a city dog. James is in the chat already. What is going on, James? Thank you for joining us.
James.
Brian, do you have any shout-outs tonight, my friend?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it at the end of last week's show. My only shout-out will be I went to the Cavs game a couple weeks ago when they played the Suns. I went with my brother and went with my nephew, Luke, it was right around his birthday. I believe he turned 9. He's either 8 or 9. So that was his first Cavs game. So it was very cool to go with him. It might have been his first live professional sporting event. So it was, very cool to see him taking it all in. It was very cool to see the Cavs play well, and they were leading pretty much the entire game. I remember they scored 67 points in the first half, and I remember that because him and all the kids around us were doing the 6-7. So, that was hey, if that's what floats your boat, that's what makes it special, kudos to you. So it was a great time going to the Cavs game. That was New Year's Eve. It was matinee. It was like a 3:30 game, so a little more tamed down than maybe what a normal game would be, but we had a blast nonetheless.
Awesome. That's awesome, especially for your first game.
Sure.
Hang out with Uncle Big Bry.
Mm-hmm.
You show him how to shotgun beers. Get him all.
Not quite. I'd say maybe 10, 11 years or so. I think he'll be ready for that.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you didn't just bite it down like Baker Mayfield, do the chomp and just go at it.
That's not my style. No, I've never really done that. I never really tried that. So I usually have enough battle wounds trying to just push the tops of cans in. So yeah, we'll leave the teeth as they are.
Justice said, he goes, just going to ignore that I'm here. I see how it is, you baldus. This is the first comment I got, Justin.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez. Coming in hot with both barrels on that one. Damn. Talk about a game time decision. Man. Oh, man. All right, everybody. Let's do something. Now, we did have a strip down show last week because we had to get a lot of Brown stuff off of our chest with Andrew Berry still keeping his job, Kevin Stefanski getting fired. By the way, Bry, one of our clips that I clipped out was me going off on Andrew Berry and him keeping his job because of just last year. And Bry, we got some mixed emotions with all this. And
Interesting.
I wanted to run it by you before we get into trivia because a lot of people said, hey, stop your whining. You know, Kevin Stefanski hasn't done anything to evolve this offense and blah, blah, blah. I had a couple people stick up for me that I did not know and said, hey, you can only cook with what you got. And what are you going to do when a GM makes the worst trade in NFL history and you're stuck with this? But then some people brought up something very interesting, Bri. And it was a couple people on my radar, and it kind of caught me off guard. And I wanted to ask you before we get into anything. All right. So now people said, this might have been the first year that Andrew Berry actually had complete power over the draft.
Okay.
Paul DePodesta's position. Do you
that
think
that would be inaccurate because DePodesta just left a couple months ago?
Well, I understand that, but people are
So
saying
they're just speculating.
They're speculating that DePodesta knew he was leaving after this year or during this year, and might have taken a step back and let Andrew Berry take it. But I still kind of see that's kind of far-fetched, don't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's absolutely nothing that points to that. So that would just be somebody connecting dots with no real background knowledge of anything.
Okay. But it kind of bothered me that there's like so many different sides of this, and some people are sticking up for Berry. Some people are sticking up for Stefanski. Some people really just don't care. But the one guy that told me his exact words were, "Stop whining, you fat LB." Little. And I'm like, okay. I got
The internet's a great place. Yeah. When nobody has to answer for anything, they call you whatever they want.
And the thing is I really wasn't whining. I was just kind of stipulating the facts that, the owner actually came out and said it was just for this 1 year. We're not going to talk about the past 5 years, but this 1 year we're honing in on.
So were they getting on your case for wanting Andrew Berry out as well?
They were getting on my case saying that Andrew Berry, after the year that he had with the draft and everything, should have kept his job because he did put some pieces in place. But like I rebutted back to them, he still hasn't found a quarterback. He still hasn't found an offensive lineman that he's drafted, and he still hasn't found a wide receiver. And yes, he has been timely on some trades. And yes, this draft was probably a very good draft for him. But still, I think at this point in time, if you were going to clean everything out of here, you just got to clean house. And I still believe that both of them should have been gone. They should have been hooked together. One of them should not have stayed, and the other one left. Like if we kept Kevin Stefanski and then fired Andrew Berry, I'd still be kind of pissed off at that too. I think it just needed to be completely overhauled. But that's my personal opinion, and everybody gets to have their personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess I'll save my full thoughts for when we really get into the Browns. But yeah, my biggest fear with letting Stefanski go and keeping Berry around is he's just going to hire us another Kevin Stefanski, and we're going to be stuck with him for 3 or 4 years, and we might have some good times. I'm saying Kevin Stefanski was a terrible hire, but at the end of the day, we're stuck right back here with two pretty bad losing seasons in a row. And for everyone that wants to pin it on one trade, that guy only played for half a season. So what happened for the other 75%?
I get you. I get you. And Justin said it right. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
And they stink.
And that's what he said, unless it belongs to you and it stinks. So, Brian, I do have a shout out before we get into trivia. I got to shout out the wonderful people and Dr. Lamb at Pearl Vision in Westlake, Ohio. Bri, Fatty's in high def, baby.
What does that mean? New glasses?
Got me some new glasses.
Oh, okay. Look at
Everything
you.
is great. I got the
See 'em
blue
better,
lenses
huh?
on. Oh my God. She gave me the blue lenses so I don't have to cuss at people at night when I'm driving because they got their fucking brights on. So I'm
Yeah.
not blinded. You know what I'm talking about.
I need some of those. If they help with that, I need some of those.
Oh my God. This has been night and day. And plus, I got the actual square frames so I don't have the nose pads anymore on the side. Dude, what a difference this is.
No pads for your nose?
Yeah, take a look at that.
So you're just raw dogging it on your nose right there?
Raw dogging it right there on the nose, buddy.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got some sunglasses like that, I guess.
Custom fit for me, and I'm loving them. So if anybody wants to go get your eyes checked out, Dr. Lamb at the Pearl Vision in Westlake. Hey, Brian, great thing is it's right next to a Chipotle and a Jimmy John's. So you get to pick which one you want after you get your eyes did.
What'd you do? Which one did you go with?
We went with Jimmy John's.
Okay. Over Chipotle, yeah, a little cleaner. I guess I could see that if you're eating in the car.
The boys wanted Jimmy John's. So all of us went. We got all of our eyes tested, everything else. So the boys wanted Jimmy John's. I said, we'll do Jimmy John's. They went in. They got the big Vito, both of them. And the wife got the just regular Italian. Of course, I went out with the, I think I ended up with the club sub. But yeah, it was Jimmy John's. It's been a while since I had Jimmy John's. It wasn't.
No, I was about to say I haven't had Jimmy John's in a while. Ever since I kind of discovered Jersey Mike's. If I'm in the mood for a sub, I'll go to Jersey Mike's. Now they're crazy expensive, so I don't do it super often, but a few times a year, maybe, I would say, especially when other people are paying. I don't mind going to Jersey Mike's, getting the giant one for $20.
Well, Bri, you just made our Fat Boy Tuesday for next week. We are talking subs.
Cool.
All right. So Fat Boy Tuesday. It's all settled in. Penn Station is Justin's favorite.
Oh, right. Sure. I forgot about the ones up there we used to go to at work.
Mm-hmm.
Been a long time since I had those. That and Firehouse. Is there any Firehouses around?
Oh, there's still Firehouses. DeBella's.
DeBella's, right. Sure.
That was a food coma of all food comas on a Friday.
Oh, man.
Bringing back memories. All right, Brian, let's do this trivia. Trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. They do have adoptable dogs. They have beautiful pups just like this puppy right here and this puppy right here. They also have merch that they're selling, like this beautiful City Dogs mug right here.
Nice.
Little t-shirt selection over here. You can get a shirt from City Dogs. So go check them out. CityDogsCleveland.com or on Facebook, or check out Friends of City Dogs for all their events coming up. I do believe they have another out and about coming up. I do have to check with Beth, but I do want to say thank you to everybody who went to the Dog Pound 121 and ate at the City Dogs spot over there. They served up some great food. Thank you guys so much for going there, supporting City Dogs. I know everybody from Friends to City Dogs appreciates it. So does City Dogs Cleveland. All right, Brian, let's play the sounder. And then let's get into our trivia. Hey, this will be our first trivia of the new year, Brian. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. All right, big fella, it is your turn for trivia this week. What do you have on store for me tonight?
Well, I have some college football trivia, and I'm going to give you an option. I could give you both if you want, or I could save one of them. I got an easy Heisman Trophy trivia and a hard Heisman Trophy trivia. Now, I will say they're not hard like I'm asking you a question about the 1940s or anything like that. Everything I'm going to ask you has happened in our lifetime. Everything has happened in the last 25 years. So you've been aware of all of it. So easy or hard, I could give you both if you want.
Give me both. Let's do it. Let's have fun tonight.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the hard one now so you have time to think about it. And I'll give you the easier one later because I don't think you'll need a ton of time to think about it, but it's still a little tricky. It's not a layup or anything like that. So the hard one is there have been 2 college football players who have finished second in the Heisman twice. Can you name those 2? They've both been in our lifetime, and I guess I'll give you first hit in the last 25 years.
Okay. They're both in the last 25 years?
Yep. Well, since the turn of the century, so 25, 26, whatever.
Okay. All right. All right.
So almost the Archie Griffin. Almost became Archie Griffin.
And here
just
comes,
short twice.
Here comes Raul right in here. Who is Cody Kessler?
What college? What college, Cody Kessler? There's another trivia for you.
What, Cody Kessler?
Yeah.
Oh, USC all day.
There you go. Yep.
I knew that one.
Leinart, Carson Palmer, Cody Kessler, one of the best.
Oh my God, I love it. All right, let's get into Cleveland headlines. Let's bump this headline music, and Brian, let's start talking some sports, buddy. Brian, it has seemed to be so far in the year of 2026 that news comes down pretty much either a day right before our show or during right before our show. So news came out after the Steelers lost to the Houston Texans last night. Mike Tomlin is walking away from the Pittsburgh Steelers after 19 years. Is it fired? Did he get fired?
No, they're calling it he's stepping down to pursue other options. But he got fired. Come on now.
Okay. I just
I know you're reading it as the press release said, but I'm telling you what happened. He got fired.
Okay. Well, yeah, everybody kind of knows he got fired.
Stepping down. I see it right now. Stepping down. Yeah.
So BS. There are 2 AFC North, actually 3 now, but 2 that have been in the AFC North for over 35 years, Bri, combined, are gone now. So the Ravens and the Steelers are right now in the same kind of position that the Cleveland Browns are in and looking for a new head coach. Now, Bri, here's the question. A lot of people in Pittsburgh said Tomlin is overrated. Tomlin is he doesn't get it. Tomlin. Bri, would you want Mike Tomlin as your head coach here in the Cleveland Browns?
Come on now. I mean, do Bears crap in the woods? Is he the greatest coach of all time? No. Is he better than anything we've had since Marty Schottenheimer? Yeah. So, yeah, I'd take Mike Tomlin all day, every day. There's people in the Ravens organization and the Steelers organization that I have respect for. And just the way they do their business, handle their business, players, coaches, front office, whatever. And he's one of them. And I mean, anybody who would tell you that they wouldn't want Mike Tomlin in Cleveland is just a bitter Browns fan, which I understand. I'm a bitter Browns fan too. I get sick of hearing how great he is. And, dude hasn't won a playoff game since 2017, something like that. But he's still, like I said, he's still better than anything we've had since Marty Schottenheimer. So I don't know how you could turn him down. He's still relatively young. I think he's pretty sure he's in his 50s. So he started with the Steelers when he was young, coached there almost 20 years. Now, we can have this discussion, but there's no way in hell it's ever going to happen. Like, John Harbaugh coming to the Browns is a very small possibility, and Mike Tomlin is less than that. I won't say zero, but I'll say less than Harbaugh.
Okay. So Tomlin is 53 years old, Bri. He
Yeah,
turns
right.
54 this year. God, that's crazy. Why does I
Mhm.
get the feel? I get the feeling like he is like up there with oh my God, Seattle's coach, old coach.
Pete Carroll. Yeah,
Pete
no,
Carroll.
yeah.
I mean, Pete
No,
Carroll's
just because he's
7
been
years
there for
old.
19 years. I mean, when he started, I was in college, so that was a long time ago.
So the one thing that does upset me about like this whole thing, Bri, is I understand where Pittsburgh fans are at. I mean, it's a wonderful spot to be in, to have winning seasons for 19 seasons in a row, to make the playoffs, even though you guys lose in the playoffs, consistently now. But Bri, I had people say, well, why would any other team want that? That's just kind of mediocrity. Bri, right now I would just want mediocrity. I just want a winning season and a consistent winning season, not a blip on the radar for 1 year and then go back into shitter for 3 more years. It'd be nice to have 3 years in a row of above 500 football, would it not?
Oh, of course, yeah. It's almost unfair, really. As much as I hate them, it's unfair to compare the Steelers and the Browns because, of course, every Cleveland fan. That was my argument with Baker Mayfield.
Mhm.
Everyone says, "How could you get rid of Baker Mayfield? He's good enough to get you in playoff contention every year." But eventually, after a while, that's not going to be good enough. After probably 2, 3, 4 years, that's not going to be good enough, and you're going to want to take the next step. And Tomlin's good enough to get you there. Now, what gets you over the hump is a franchise quarterback. And since Roethlisberger's prime and, well, probably 2016, 2017, whenever they started losing a bunch, he can get you to playoff contention, but it's up to the quarterback or an elite defense like we saw last night with Houston. I mean, my God, I wouldn't be shocked if Houston's defense carried them to the Super Bowl in a year like this year. So Tomlin is a great coach, but at the end of the day, it comes down to what do you think of coach and quarterback? A coach is not going to win you the Super Bowl by himself. A franchise quarterback, elite quarterback, he can. I mean, as we saw on Sunday with Josh Allen, he willed them to victory.
And Bri, we'll get into the NFL playoffs here so
Okay.
far, but I want to get into so far. I mean, if you had to choose between Harbaugh and Tomlin, could you make that choice?
I would probably choose Harbaugh. But I think at the end of the day, you're kind of splitting hairs. And maybe it's because of my disdain for the Steelers and Tomlin was with the Steelers. I mean, logic would tell you if they're very close, then go with the younger guy, and that would be Tomlin. So I can't hate on you if you pick Mike Tomlin, but I think it's just me, having that mental block that I can't say nice things about Steelers coaches.
Okay.
So yeah, it's very close.
I after what has happened in Baltimore with Harbaugh and like the stuff coming out with like Lamar Jackson and him not getting along and stuff like that, you rarely hear anything bad about Mike Tomlin. So that's where I would kind of lean because he's like a player's coach. I think he's a lot like a player's coach more than what Harbaugh is. Would you agree?
No, I don't know. I think they both have a great deal of respect from their players. But yeah, I think Tomlin and Roethlisberger butted heads more than a time or two.
Oh, yeah.
When you have these strong-willed coaches, the only one who really can, come and butt heads with them is a strong-willed elite franchise quarterback. Because at the end of the day, who's more important, your Hall of Fame coach or your Hall of Fame quarterback? So I think that's where sometimes the coach and the quarterback can beef a little bit, but to me, the biggest difference between Tomlin, Harbaugh, and every coach the Browns have had since, maybe the 80s is accountability. Those guys are going to hold you accountable. That's the one thing everyone loves about Mike Tomlin is he goes in these press conferences and he doesn't sugarcoat anything. He tells you exactly hey, we're not good enough. We got to get this cleaned up. And Stefanski would say, generalizations like, "Wow, we got to get better. I got to get better," and then it would just never happen. Tomlin's go up there. It was disgrace tonight. What we put out there was embarrassing, and he's not afraid to call guys out, and he had the cachet to do it because he'd been there for so long. So, yeah, that would be the most refreshing thing is just knowing that guys aren't going to be able to skate when they screw up. They're going to be held accountable unless you're a franchise quarterback. But they pass for any NFL franchise. You're not going to just drop your quarterback that you worked so hard to get. So everyone else, though, is their head is on the chopping block, and they just can't do whatever they want like the Browns do, except for Wyatt Teller.
Yeah, I get it. So, Brian, let's get into the list of people that have interviewed for the Cleveland Browns job. We got Tommy Reese, who has interviewed Jim Schwartz. They gave an interview to Bengals offensive coordinator Dan Pitcher, Seahawks defensive coordinator Aiden. Good God, was it Durid?
Dirty, I think. Dirty.
Is it dirty?
Mm-hmm.
No, hey, Todd Monken. Not enough Monken. Enough Monken. We get Monken back. He's getting an interview. Mike McDaniel, who got fired from the Miami Dolphins. Also, they have asked about DC coordinator for the Chargers, Jesse Minter, and also Rams passing game coordinator, Nate. Oh my God, here's another one. Is this like Sheeman? Is it like Shahasi?
No, I think it's just Shieldhouse.
Is it? Then spell it Shieldhouse. What is there 2 A's in there for? Oh my God!
I haven't seen it written down, so I've heard it on the radio. So,
oh my God! All right, so here's, oh my God, Pat Shermer spotted in Strongsville, Ohio, looking at houses. Here we go. Here we go. There'll be more coming in, Bri. A lot of young coordinators, a lot of unproven coordinators. Also, man, are you kind of nervous that the Ravens requested an interview for Schwartz?
Sure. Yeah, a little nervous. The more I think about it, the more hearing these other options, I'm thinking, well, maybe Jim Schwartz isn't that bad of a decision because I know he's stable in his NFL career and he's going to push back and he's going to hold guys accountable because he's a football guy. He was the guy that when we hired him, you kind of did a double take. Like, that doesn't sound like an Andrew Berry hire. What's the deal here? We went against the grain. We went against analytics, and we went with a football guy. And it has been maybe the best thing Andrew Berry has ever done as GM of the Browns. I don't know. I can't think of anything. Maybe drafting Carson Schlesinger.
Was that an Andrew Berry hire, or was that
right? And that goes back. That goes back to your original point that these guys, what was their favorite word to use other than thought partner or well, now I lost the word. Shoot, Coors Lights are going. I had it again and I lost it. Everything's going to be collaborative. There you go. Yes. Yeah. Collaborative. So who hired Jim Schwartz? Well, it was collaborative. Well, if it was collaborative, then they both go because they both made all these decisions together. Why is one guy going? Why is not the other guy not? That what came to my mind today is maybe Kevin Stefanski. Maybe they wanted to keep Stefanski, and he said, "I want out." I mean, because other than that, nothing else makes sense. because if these guys are so intertwined and so collaborative with every decision, why do you just get rid of half? So maybe Stefanski just said, I'm done. There's better options for me out there. This team is not going to, unless we find a Brock Purdy in the 7th round, we're not going to get any better next year. So I want out. So that could have happened. But going back to reality and the fact that we just need to find a coach, I think we can do worse than Schwartz. All the options that I keep hearing, the new names that keep coming out, the guys that we request interviews with. Yeah, other than like Harbaugh, nobody's really going to excite you. Maybe we catch lightning in a bottle and we find our Sean McVay. But I'm much more scared of what might be than excited about the what ifs. Because I told you last week, it scares me to death if Mike McDaniel becomes available. Because what do we know about Andrew Berry?
Analytics.
He likes the Ivy League guys. McDaniel went to Yale. Buddy. So, and then you hear they interviewed him, and like, you know, if we get to talking about the Cavs, the narrative for the Cavs is that they're soft. Well, I can almost guarantee you that unless you keep Jim Schwartz around for the defense, a Mike McDaniel team is going to be soft. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So that's why, we talk about keeping Andrew Berry around and how it scares me to death. He's just going to find a Kevin Stefanski clone. And then you hear we're interviewing this guy from Britain or something overseas as Aiden Dirty. And like that also seems like an Andrew Berry guy, like outside the box thinker. We're smarter than you. How cool would it be to have a international? I think I heard today he's a minority head coach. Like, unfortunately, this kind of stuff matters to the Browns and it matters to Andrew Berry. The Browns have a female assistant coach. The Browns have like a female associate general manager. Like, they're all about like growing the game and expanding the game. And what Browns fans are more concerned with is stuff like winning and accountability and winning. And they're more worried about, the press conference and look how progressive we are. And, it's just, it scares me. That's why Jim Schwartz, safe, easy, just a veteran. It doesn't have to be Jim Schwartz. We talked last week, Brian Flores. That's another name that, I could see easily going to Baltimore or Pittsburgh and just instilling a toughness in that team, in that city. And, we have to play that for another 20 years or something. I just give me like a football guy, a guy who's going to hold people accountable, a guy who has experience in the NFL, not these 29-year-olds. That just seems like a safer hire to me right now.
So you're looking for the Jim Schwartz, you're looking for the Brian Flores, you're looking for, and I'm not saying defensive coordinators or anything like that.
No,
you're just looking for a football guy. Like you're looking for,
everything the Browns claim to be: smart, tough, accountable. I want that rather than just smart, analytically smart, computer science smart, tech smart. Yes, I need tough and accountable, maybe ahead of smart. And I know we had that with Freddie Kitchens, and that didn't work out too well. But as we saw, he was a tight end coach, and then he was an offensive coordinator, and before he knew it, he pooped his pants, and he saw a head coach now. And we're like, wow, that happened fast. So as scared as I am with Andrew Berry's decisions on head coaches and quarterbacks and wide receivers and offensive linemen, just give me the safe play. Don't try to prove how smart you are.
The way I see it right now is you have a defense that is bought into Jim Schwartz and 100% has bought into Jim Schwartz. And I think right now, I know they have to do their due diligence and check other people. I think Schwartz would have been the slam dunk hire right out of the gate. You already had somebody here, and that system, that defense stays, and that defense will still play the same way. and he could bring in somebody from the offense that he wants. I wouldn't say it would be Tommy Reese, but I think Jim Schwartz is just the true answer. I mean, I would love to have Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh is going to go to the NFC. I think he's going to go to the Giants. Tomlin, I do believe is probably going to take a year off and maybe come back next year, depending on what happens. I see
That's
that.
what it sounds like. Because I guess from what I heard today, and this could be totally wrong, he's still under contract with the Steelers because he stepped away and he didn't get fired. So he's going to be employed or receiving checks from the Steelers for another year. So if anybody wants him, they might have to trade draft picks for him for another. And then after this year, his contract expires.
So, I mean, there's a lot of moving notes, but I truly do believe that Jim Schwartz is the right move right here, Bry. And I think it's the right move for Cleveland right now, and I think it's the right move for Cleveland going forward. I mean, he's 59 years old, Bry. I mean, he's not a spring chicken, but he's not, up there with Pete Carroll years. He's got some tread on the tires, but like I said, the defense trusts him. And guess what? The defense played their ass off the past 3 games here. I mean, Bry, they could have phoned it in. They could have just, hey, it is, season's over. Let's book our trips down to, the Caribbean or wherever the hell we're going. No, defense won you the last 2 games. So I can only think that Jim Schwartz would be the right move to go with here.
Yeah, and I think the reason why you interview him, even though he's been in your building for the last few years, is you want to see, okay, there's a difference between being a defensive coordinator and being a head coach. So we're not worried about the defense. If you stay as a head coach, defense will be fine. What are your thoughts on how to fix this offense? And maybe he doesn't have many thoughts on how to fix the offense, but maybe he can tell you, well, I would bring in this guy. I would, turn over the offense to that guy, or bring in this quarterback coach. And, I trust this coach that I've had all these relationships with. And so maybe that's kind of more what they were looking for with his interview. But yeah, I think that might be the deciding factor, because, as these other candidates are coming out, and we don't know a ton about them, but it's a lot of young guys. And, I need that the Browns, especially the offense, as young as they are and as young as they will be with all new offensive linemen, we need somebody to hold them accountable, and somebody who's a hard ass and it's not going to let them just skate by and make mistake after mistake after mistake and just kind of go about their business and get me to week 17, because that's not what Jim Schwartz would do. So if he's overseeing the entire team, I think eventually the team's going to look like the defense does.
Mm-hmm.
But the offense is still the question. So I understand how people aren't super excited about Schwartz, but you're going to get a whole new offensive coaching staff. It's not like you have to go without. You're going to get some young, smart guys to run your offense, even if Jim Schwartz is your head coach.
Yep, I agree, Bry. And there's James. I saw your question. We're going to get into Bry. How fun would it be to have, let's just say, Mike Tomlin here in Cleveland, Kevin Stefanski in Baltimore, and John Harbaugh in Pittsburgh? Talk about a revamp and what a look that would be.
That would be wild.
I know the chances are horrible, but I get it. All right, so James, we're talking NFL wildcard week, Bry. We're going to move off the Browns. We'll talk about them next week, because it's going to be the same conversation until we have a coach. So wildcard week, man, what a crazy NFL week it was. I mean, you had come from behind wins. The Bears, I thought the Bears were buried. They came back and beat Green Bay. I mean, San Francisco beaten on Philadelphia. I mean, it was a crazy week in the NFL, Bry. What did you think of this week so far in the NFL?
If you're a football fan, just even a football fan in general, it was unbelievable. And being a Browns fan, you love the way that it ended, where the one least competitive game was the Steelers. And not that the Texans offense was that great or anything, but the Steelers' offense was even worse.
At least
But yeah, those.
Hey, you might want to throw in the Patriots and Chargers game. That was
Yeah, what did that finish? 14-3 or something?
16-3, I think it was.
16-3. Okay. Yeah, I mean, with both of them being night games, I watched like yesterday I watched up until halftime. Sunday night I watched a little bit less, but yeah, that wasn't I don't know what happened to the Chargers. From what I heard, their tackles were just getting roasted left and right.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. I mean, they have two great tackles, like maybe the best tackle tandem in the NFL with I think Slater and Joe Alt, and both of them are hurt. So you're going in with backup tackles. So that's what happens, and that's how close everyone is in the NFL. Just having a couple guys out, but yeah, going back to the first, what was it, 4 games?
Mm-hmm.
The Bears game, the Rams game, every game came down to like final possession, to where the team that won was the team that scored inside 2 minutes. And yeah, and then going back to the Miami Ole Miss game on Thursday, it was just an all around unbelievable weekend for football.
Yeah, and even Indiana blowing out Oregon. Jesus.
Yeah, that wasn't much of a game. That was, talk about a blowout. That was a blowout.
Yeah. So James asked us, he said, hey, question for you guys. And James, we know you're a 49ers fan. He asked, do you think Shanahan is a top 5 coach or what with all the injuries? I'm telling you what, Shanahan is, Brian, he might be up there in the top 3 range. I mean, it might be like him, McVay, and Andy Reid right now.
Well, yeah, if you're removing Harbaugh and Tomlin, because they just got fired, so you can't say they're a top 3. Yeah, I mean, Shanahan, ever since he took over, has had them in contention, and he's not doing it with the number 1 overall pick. He's just Bosa gets hurt, Kittle gets hurt, doing it with all these injuries. Yeah, what's unbelievable is, what are there, 8 teams left right now? I wouldn't be shocked if any of the teams that are left made it to the Super Bowl. It's so wide open. Like who would you say? I don't know. I'd have to check the odds, but I don't even know who would be like the least favorite to make it to the Super Bowl. It's just everyone's so jumbled together, and there's not a Patrick Mahomes. There's not a. I mean, if you want to say Josh Allen, but you see the talent around him, it isn't fantastic. It's wild. It's crazy. And, before I lose this thought, this is where maybe the Baker Bros were onto something. Because as fluky and crazy as this year is, this would be a year where the Browns, with a great defense and with Baker Mayfield, can make it to the Super Bowl. Because I view the Browns kind of like the Texans, a great defense and a competent quarterback. And usually that might get you to the playoffs. That might get you 1 win in the playoffs, but then eventually you run into a Lamar Jackson, a Joe Burrow, a Patrick Mahomes, a Josh Allen. But those guys are out. The defending champs, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they're out. It's wide open. So once in a while, it doesn't happen very often, maybe once a decade, you have this opportunity to where anything can happen. But that's, I don't want to pin my hopes on, well, hopefully Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes all get hurt in the same year, and then we might have a chance. I mean, that's no strategy. So, but I'm telling you, if the Browns have Baker Mayfield, and they had maybe 1 wide receiver, maybe their offensive line stays healthy, they could have competed this year for a championship, because it's just that wide open. All the favorites in the AFC, other than Josh Allen, it's a bunch of 2nd and 3rd year quarterbacks.
All right. So right now, Super Bowl 26, the favorite to win is the Seattle Seahawks at plus 270.
Sam Darnold is the favorite to be a champion.
Followed by the Rams followed by the Patriots, followed by the Bills, followed by the Broncos, Texans, Bears, and Niners.
So the Niners are still the longest shot on the board.
Plus 2,000.
Wow. That's not a bad bet. James, you're a betting man. I'd put a couple shekels. I mean, they're as talented as anybody, you know. People just overreacting to the Kittle injury, maybe. But that Tonjes, he's just not just as good, but he's putting up numbers similar to what Kittle did.
Bears are plus 1,600. San Fran's plus 200. Texans are plus 850. Broncos plus 700. Bills plus 650. Patriots plus 600.
What are to win the Super Bowl? These are okay. So what was the longest shot? The Niners at plus 2,000.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I put money on this shoot. All right, end the show now. I got some bets to place.
Well, I just put a let's see here, $1 place 21, little $5 holla on it, wins you $100.
I mean, for how many coaches and quarterbacks have been to the Super Bowl that are still left in the playoffs?
Exactly. Well, I just
one, Shanahan and McVay and Stafford, but Shanahan and that's wild to me. That's crazy. And they're probably, if they win this week, they're probably going to play a familiar foe in the NFC Championship game.
All right, Bri. What are we going to do about the Cavs?
Well, talk more football.
We'll quickly touch on the Cavs before we get into Fat Boy Tuesday. But Bri, this year for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I know people have been hurt and they've been shuffling the lineups and everything else. Bri, I gotten to the point now that I've watched enough games this year so far, and I've actually watched them. And Evan Mobley is not the player that we think he is. Jared Allen is the player that we think he is. You have Darius Garland that's trying to do Darius Garland is actually playing okay. Donovan Mitchell is trying to do everything he can for this team. And you have a lot of what I call jobbers. You know what I mean by jobbers. Guys that are going to give you effort. They're going to give you points. But at the end of the day, games on the line, are you going to trust them? And the jobbers, I mean, love what Craig Porter Jr. is doing. I love what Jalen Tyson's doing. This Tomlin kid who's like 8 foot tall and wingspan of whatever. He had a couple great dunks last night. But, Bri, the theme is, Bri, we're soft. Soft. I watched last night. I watched Utah Jazz push around Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Just push them around. I don't know what to do with this team, Bri. I don't. I know we have Donovan Mitchell, who is getting fed up himself with all this crap. But, look what the Detroit Pistons are doing right now. With, the coach that was here. I don't know what's going on right now with the Cavs.
I mean, we've known for years now. Ever since, the one eye-opening moment was the game again, or the series against the Knicks 2-3 years ago, when we were 4-5 and everyone thought we were going to win, and then we got our butts kicked. We are soft, and nothing has changed since then. I mean, the Cavs fan, God bless you. I mean, the writing's been on the wall for some time now, and you just keep trying to talk yourself out of it. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, these are your 2, 3, 4 guys. They're all soft. They've been soft. It's not even a discussion anymore. Are they soft? I mean, it's very clear. We knew it after, like I said, after the Knicks series, after the Celtics series, after, guys, we keep hoping that, hey, get in the gym and put on some muscle. But it's a mentality. Jared Allen, if he wanted to, he could be a dog if he wanted to, but it's just not his personality. So it's just frustrating. The whole league knows it. Nobody's going to take Jared Allen. Would you trade Jared Allen for Hardenstein? I would.
I would. I would in a
You
heartbeat.
need attitude. You need attitude. And it's just, I said at the end of last year, much like a lot of Cavs fans, the regular season doesn't really matter. And I still stand by that. But everything they've shown me is they just can't flip the switch. It's not like, okay, all right, it's playoff push time. We're going to start getting tougher. We're just going to flip the switch and we're going to start playing like we did last year in the regular season. It's just not how some people can do that. Some athletes who have experience are able to do that, but it's not them. It's not in their personality. It's not in their DNA. This is what you have. You need Donovan Mitchell to be Superman. You need Donovan Mitchell to be LeBron James. And, that's why I've said I feel bad for him, to be honest, because he signed up for this. He signed up to have, good talent around him, but nobody that he can lean on. LeBron needed Kyrie to even Kevin Love. Are we sure Mobley's better than Kevin Love? I don't think so.
Tell you what,
I mean, everyone wants to talk about his defense. Okay. All right. Yeah. Rudy Gobert. He's great at defense. Bam Adebayo. He's great at defense. Okay. So that's just what Evan Mobley is, huh?
And they both have owned Evan Mobley. I watched it firsthand with Rudy Gobert owning Evan Mobley. Hey, sign me up for 45-year-old fat Kevin Love. Did you not see him last night? He's back in thick prime, baby.
No way.
Oh yeah. Now he's not old school Kevin Love.
I was about to. He's not UCLA Kevin Love with a shaved head, the real pudgy face, and the pencil thin beard like that. He's like that transformation.
He's still got the high top and the beard, but it's a lot thicker. It reminds me of you get the one guy in rec league that's like 48 years old that's just jumping threes. That's what it reminds me of. He reminds me of that guy.
Sure. Just spot up shooter. He's a Sam Merrill at this point in his career. He probably still gets some decent rebounds, but what did I hear? Jared Allen had 4 rebounds last night, and his counterpart had like 17, and he's some fringe NFL or NBA player. Like Jared Allen, like what are we doing?
I know.
Why this guy should be a seventh or eighth player off your bench at best. And like whenever Larry Nance Jr. gets back, I don't know what he still has left in the tank because I haven't been keeping too close of tabs, but put him in the starting lineup. Jared Allen gets a bunch of dunks, and once in a while he grabs a bunch of rebounds, and people are going to point to defense. Well, he's really good at defense. Like, give me a young, athletic, hungry guy with some bite, and I'll take him over Jared Allen. Maybe his stats are not going to be what Jared Allen's are, but we need attitude, and clearly it's not going to come from a guy who does. And I hate to bring this up, but High School Musical dances at his wedding.
Oh my God. Okay. Brian, why isn't Bryant getting more of playing time?
Great question. That's a great question. I don't know. I thought he gets how many minutes did he get with Indiana last year? Like especially like in the playoffs. I thought I remember seeing him in the playoffs a decent amount.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be a long season. They need to toughen up, and they honestly.
I've been saying it for years. It's just not going to happen. You're just going to have to hit all. You're just going to have to hit all your threes. You're going to have to shoot 50% from three, and hope you outscore everybody. Because Jared Allen's going to be Jared Allen. Evan Mobley's going to be pretty good at defense. Very good at defense, and maybe knock down a couple open shots when Donovan Mitchell passes him the ball.
Ed said, thank the Village for getting the Browns a better draft pick. If it's 22, I don't want it.
Absolutely. No, it's 24. Thank you to the Bills. Yeah, we love the Bills. I'm rooting for the Bills. It's time they get a championship.
No shit. Who are you rooting for to win the Super Bowl, Bry?
Probably the Bills.
You want to go with the Bills?
Yeah. I mean, the Buffalo, Cleveland. There's similarities. They stood up for us when the Browns left, and so I still remember that. And so they are a friend.
Okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take the front runners. I just seeing Sam Darnold. You know,
Oh, are you asking who am I rooting for or who am I
Yeah.
picking?
like who do you? Okay. Who are you rooting for and who are you picking? Let's do both.
So I'm rooting for the Bills. And out of the NFC, Chicago's still too young to be doing it. Seattle just won. So that leaves no. I'm not going to root for LA. Yeah, I can, because James is a good guy. I'll root for San Fran and the Bills.
That's what I'm kind of rooting for too. Even though I think I'd just like to see Sam Darnold win the Super Bowl and then throw it back in Minnesota's face. Just
Oh yeah.
oh
Well,
god,
there's
like
still
ultimate road dog.
there's still people in Cleveland that think Baker Mayfield's better than Sam Darnold, the guy who's won 14 games in two straight seasons with two different franchises, and they still think Sam Darnold's terrible.
Unreal what that guy's doing. And hey, we
I know.
Oh wait,
Great.
nope, we couldn't have. All right.
I wanted him in the draft number 1 overall, so don't give me that crap.
Did you? Did you?
Of
really?
course I did. Absolutely. Well, who else did I want? Josh Allen? Hey, that would be better for me if revisionist history. I can lie to you and say, "Oh, I really wanted Josh Allen."
Well,
and looking back, I would have taken Josh Allen, but at the time I said draft Sam Darnold. You said nope. You like Baker Mayfield's moxie, and he grabs his crotch when he's on the sidelines, and he runs from cops, and that's what we need in Cleveland.
And Brian, guess what? He won you a playoff game.
Hey,
there you go.
I thank him. You know,
right, there we go.
There's only about 90% of quarterbacks can win a playoff game when you get 5 turnovers and 7 points.
Brian, so, still what?
Hey,
Brian, don't you start that shit. Like, look at last night.
You know Case Keenum could have won that game, and so do I. Oh, 5 turnovers, and
oh my God,
I watched a little bit of it, and I hate to do this. I really don't want to like pick apart Browns playoff wins, but I watched like the first or maybe the impact plays, and it was like how many passes. I think we scored 28 points in the first quarter. Defense got you 7, but like up of those 28 points, I think he might have had one nice throw to Jarvis Landry. The rest was running the ball and maybe one screen or something. So, Case Keenum could have done that, right? You don't think so?
Well, Bri, you're going to hate Baker, and it's okay. You're allowed to hate Baker.
Well, I don't hate Baker, but the bros are pushing me, like talking about, they still think he's the good Baker, and they want to ignore the bad Baker where he lost, they lose 6 of their final 8 when they started playing decent teams.
Yeah. All right. So Ed, I'm pretty sure this is Ed. Bills, but I think Seattle or New England wins it all. Hey.
New England. Give me a break.
Yeah. Hey,
over that.
What a great breakdown, and look at them now. God, I love it. All right, let's talk some food. I'm done talking football now. Let's talk some food, Bri. And we're going to be getting spicy with some spices. Here we go.
And now, it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
All right, so Brian, the reason why I picked spicy with spices tonight is my Christmas present every year for my mother. She brings me a basket full of spices, rubs, you name it. It's in there, sauces, stuff to cook with. So I'm kind of curious, like, what are some of your favorite spices you like to use when you're cooking? And is there a spice that you do not like using?
No, I don't really think there's a spice that I don't like to use as long as it adds flavor. I mean, there's some that don't add a whole lot of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I could do without those, or I have regret of using those. I'm like, oh, this really didn't add anything to the meal. But as long as it adds flavor, then I'm all good. But my go-to is the best of both worlds: something sweet and something spicy. And so, unfortunately, my wife despises anything with any sort of heat. She tells people that the spiciest that she can do is barbecue potato chips. So that's kind of what I'm working with when I'm smoking or doing anything. So I really don't get a chance to do like the sweet and spicy like I like to do. Once in a while, if we're doing chicken or something, I'll have my chicken and she'll have her chicken.
Okay.
But yeah, if I had to choose for myself, it's something sweet, something spicy, and a little garlic. The more flavor, the better.
Mm-hmm. I am with you. I love sweet and spicy too. Obviously, I can only do so much spice. Like, I have a family that can handle some spice, but like me and you, like when we think sweet and spicy, we want that sweet with a little kick on the back end of it, and not enough to make your eyes water, but enough to let you know that it's there. And and the great thing about what my mom kind of gives me, it's a whole bunch of different rubs, marinades, everything else, chili seasonings, mixes, all that stuff. So there's one in there I am super excited to try because it is a sweet and spicy Memphis barbecue rub.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just clamoring at the bit to use that on something. But one of my favorites spices I use all the time, Brian, and it's obviously Italian seasonings go in there. You get your oregano, your basil, all that. But there's one that she found me that for some odd reason I love, my family loves, and it is a Kingsford spice blend, and it's a Kingsford garlic and herbs, but it's Tuscan style. So it's got a little bit of the Italian flavors in it, but man, you want to talk about some great flavor out of a little. I'm seriously, the can's only like this big, Bry. I mean, it's just a tiny little guy. But I'm telling you what, it's one of my favorites, and I love it. I use that all the time, and especially on chicken. Love that on chicken. But like any other time, man, I always like trying something new. Like she's got me some cheesesteak spices now. We got some other ones in there, so I'm super excited. Oh, she even got me. Oh, have you ever had the rattlesnake bites at Texas Roadhouse?
No, remind me what they are, because I feel like I've read them on the menu and they sound good, and it sounds like something I would get. But do they have jalapenos in them?
Yeah, it's like the jalapeno cheese bites, the breaded cheese bites.
Okay.
And then you have your sauce to dip it in. She got me
what kind of sauce?
It's like Southwest sauce.
Okay, gotcha. Like a zesty sauce. Oh, that's so. I think I've seen these. Somebody makes them, not Lawson's. One of the chip tip places makes them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They make a couple of them, right? What else is there?
God, they make so many of them.
No, I'm saying like they must have a partnership with Texas Roadhouse, because they do that one, and then they do a couple other Roadhouse ones, I thought.
I don't know.
Maybe you haven't seen those. Yeah, maybe you haven't seen them.
Ed said sweet habanero sauce at Hotheads.
Right, that's what I usually a mango habanero. If I see that on the menu, I'll probably get it.
So good. You get that sweet and the kick. Right? There's a do not forget. Remember the My Brother's barbecue sauce?
I know. I gotta get. Did you ever go back and get that?
Oh, the peach habanero? Hell yes,
Is that-
I did.
Well, no, but they had an original, I thought.
Mm-hmm. They have
Well-
3 of them now. So there's a peach habanero, there's an original, and then there's a what's the other one? It's a really sweet one. I can't think of the name of it. It's like a cherry barbecue.
Yeah. Tell everyone about our trip to what was the name of that bar again?
Oh, my corner bar.
My Corner Bar. Yeah, let them know. I got to run out real quick. So yeah, tell them about that. Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah, thanks for putting me on the spot. Stage. We're going back to this guy. We're moving Bry from the stage. There we go. Yeah, we went to this great spot, and you can go find it on at Network 216 on our playlist of live out and abouts. We went to this place. It's called My Corner Bar. It's on 130th, and it's not bit off. It's before 130th and Bagley. I know that, and they have a vendor there that does their own barbecue sauces, and it's called My Brother's Backyard Barbecue Sauce. And I'm telling you what, man, they got 3 sauces, and all 3 sauces are freaking amazing. And they serve them there exclusively at My Corner Bar. So if you want to go try them, please. And telling you what, they got a new menu, new year, new menu. So they change the menus out every year. They do a prime rib on the weekends. Cannot go wrong with that. So yeah, go check them out. I mean, if there's any other spices that you guys have, Melinda's hot sauce is the bomb. I know I'm old for saying the bomb. Justin, we're all kind of old for saying the bomb. But yeah, so okay, so Bry's back. I told him all about My Corner Bar, and Bry, they came out with a new menu too, so you're going to have to check that out.
Okay. Like that. I found another beer.
They got a Philly cheesesteak French dip.
Oh, okay. Trying to think what else we got. Did you run that down? I don't want to rehash.
Bud, we had the fried bologna sandwich. We had the firecracker shrimp Alfredo. They came out with everything. We had wings. We had 3 different kinds of wings. We had burgers. We had that. You had the chicken, chicken into My Brother's barbecue sauce.
I think that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Oh my God, we have so much stuff.
So that's still there. It's in Parma, correct?
Yeah, right off of 130th, dude. And they came out with a new menu because they do a new menu throughout the seasons. And I was telling them, Bri, we might have to go there on a evening on the weekends because they do a prime rib at My Corner Bar.
Oh, my wife would love that. Saturday night. There we go.
So go check them out.
I would say this Saturday, but we're going down to the cabin this weekend, so it would have been perfect time to watch some football and get some prime rib. That's how I could coax my wife out. Like, oh, we're not going out for football. We're going out. They got great prime rib there.
Hold on, but you got Mama to watch the little one, Maddie May,
this weekend.
No, if we do, is Mama going?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. She would come over and watch her. Yeah. Which I was watching the Steelers game, like I said earlier, and my wife just now realized that. She goes, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers plays for the Steelers. When did that happen?" I go, "You sat right there as I watched the entire Browns Steelers game 2 weeks ago." Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. Great.
Oh my God. All right, Brian, let's close out the show. We will do the trivia in our top 3. Let's do the trivia right now. You gave me 2 people that have finished second twice for the Heisman Trophy, and it's been in the past 25 years.
I'll give you another hint. It's been in the last 15 years.
For both of them?
For both of them, and both guys are guys that you know. They had significant NFL careers.
Did Tebow finish twice?
No, Tebow won. No, okay, all right. Well, here's another clue. Neither one of these guys won. They just finished twice. Finished second twice.
I thought Tebow might have finished second twice.
Yeah, no, that's not bad because he was junior, senior, or junior, sophomore, freshman.
All right. Are any of these Ohio State players?
Nope.
Okay, perfect then. I don't feel bad.
One SEC, one Pac-10.
SEC. Why do I get the feeling there's an Alabama quarterback in here?
Here's another hint. One quarterback, Pac-10, one running back, SEC.
SEC. Ingram. Was it Ingram?
No, he won.
God, you're killing me now.
Told you it was hard. I got it, but it took a little bit of thing. All right, here's another hint for the running back.
Last one.
A teammate of Peyton Hillis.
McFadden.
There you go. Darren McFadden.
McFadden.
You got one.
I had to think of Arkansas. I'm like, Arkansas. All right, so West
it was
Coast
McFadden. It was McFadden, Hillis, and Felix Jones. Maybe the best running back room in college football history. The other one was Pac-10 quarterback.
Pac-10.
I think you can get this.
I get the feeling it's a USC quarterback.
Generational quarterback.
Generational quarterback. Aaron Rodgers?
No. But yeah, he was Pac-10.
Yeah, he was Cal.
Generational quarterback. They typically, it's a no-brainer first draft pick overall.
Stafford?
Nope. Georgia.
God, what am I-
When people say, "Oh, there's no Peyton Manning, there's no Trevor Lawrence, there's no blank in this draft."
All right, you gotta give it to me. I'm a dum-dum right now.
Andrew Luck.
Oh my God, he finished twice?
He finished second twice. Yep, I think was Harbaugh his coach. I can't remember now. And then so that was the hard one.
That's Stanford.
Easy one.
Yeah.
Stanford. Yep. Easy one was Mendoza won the Heisman Trophy as the Indiana quarterback in the Big Ten for the first time since who was the last Big Ten player to win the Heisman?
Troy Smith.
Yep. Can you believe that? What year was that? 2007?
2007 or 2008. It was in that.
6. It was either 6 or 7. Because I was still in school. Yeah. But can you believe that? It's been that long since a Big Ten player has won it.
Really?
Wow. Isn't that wild? Yeah, I couldn't believe that. And there haven't been. I wrote them down here because there hasn't been many.
I know we haven't had many, but we've had a lot go to the like CJ Stroud was in the finals.
Oh yeah. There's been a lot of. Gosh, what was it? So it's like there's not many Big Ten players that have won the Heisman in the last 50 years. Let's say, like it was Troy Smith. It was Ron Dane was one of them.
Oh God, you cannot miss out on Ron Dane.
It was Desmond Howard. It was Charles Woodson. Was there another Eddie George? Right? Didn't he win?
George.
So I think that's it. Like in the last 40, 50 years, something like that.
I think was that the last year that an offensive lineman was recognized at the Heisman?
Orlando Pace, was he one of them?
I think, yeah, Orlando Pace.
Did he go? Isn't that's crazy though? How do you? I understand if an offensive lineman is a great NFL prospect. How are you going to say he's a Heisman Trophy find? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Troy Smith was 06. Ron Dane, the one before him was 99. Charles Woodson, 97. Eddie George, 95. Desmond Howard, 91.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that, you have to go back to 75 with Archie Griffin.
Wow.
So for 50 years, it's just been 2 Ohio State guys, 2 Michigan guys, Ron Dane, and now Mendoza.
Jesus. That's crazy.
Criminal. It's criminal. I
I
mean,
know.
for a conference that is probably, I mean, how would the SEC even argue that they should be the best conference in the league? The Big Ten has won, well, could be 3 in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and 3 different teams doing it.
And somebody spanking Alabama bad too.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I'm excited for what's it next Monday, the game,
Mm-hmm.
but Indiana's just rolling.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, they still got Michael Irvin smacking the shit out of water jugs with his belt.
Oh, did he do that with the Old Miss jersey on it?
Oh yeah, he did it.
That's all he's got in life. Let him enjoy.
I'm telling you what, it's nice seeing these guys come out of the woodwork. They haven't been anywhere near that program in the past 30 fucking years. But hey, now we're gonna come out and we're gonna show our support. Love seeing Ray Lewis out there too. Not that he wasn't convicted of murder back in 1990. Okay, so allegedly. Let's do our top 3 and then we'll close out the show, Brian.
Yep.
If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. All right, here we go. Top 3. Bri, when you're feeling sick, Bri, what are your top 3 must-haves?
Well, I think now, and thankfully, knock on wood, I haven't really gotten sick since having a kid, but I think not having to watch a kid would be the number one.
Oh, yeah.
God bless the parents who have to take care of kids while they're sick. Okay, so I'll go number 3 is going to be soup, and probably chicken noodle. You know, that's just kind of the go-to when I think of being sick. Yeah, I don't need anything that's thick or creamy or anything because I feel like I just want to vomit. So give me some broth, maybe a little noodle. And then number 2, I'm going to say TV. You need something to entertain yourself because otherwise it's just the day is going to drag on. Like, again, thankfully I haven't been bedridden in a while, but you know, just thinking back, like if you get sick and you're just feeling miserable, you need something to entertain you to keep your mind sharp. So TV is my number 2, and then my number 1 is just a comfy couch. Bed. I feel like, again, bed. I don't want to lay in bed all day. I need a couch to where I can sit up for half the day. I can lay down, take a nap for half the day. So give me a comfy couch.
All right, I got 2 honorable mentions. Number 1 is hot tea with honey.
Mm-hmm.
Like a green tea with honey. Just something about it when you're sick, not feeling good. And the other honorable mention, Bri, is you got to go with the old school Campbell's chicken noodle condensed soup. For some odd reason, it's nothing great, nothing fancy, but man, it hits just right. But number 3 for me, Bri, you got to have some cough drops, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And some good ones. I love the cherry cough drops, but I will get the menthol.
The Halls or the Ricola?
It doesn't matter. Any kind of cough. At that point in time, Brian, any kind of cough drop will do. Number 2, Vicks Vapor Rub. Buddy, for some odd reason, you're not feeling good. You get that Vicks Vapor Rub, rub it on your chest, and everything feels so much greater. But, Brian, I'm with you. Number 1, give me that recliner. Recliner, couch, bed, just something comfortable that I can just kick in and watch TV and just right away. Oh, and you also got to have, Brian, let's be honest, good tissues. Don't get the cheap tissues. Don't get the ones that just burn the shit out of your nose. You get the good thick ones with the aloe vera that just coats everything. So you're not just sitting there just dying every time you blow your nose.
Sure.
Seem like a valid top 3?
Yeah, I just hope I don't have to use it because, like I said, I couldn't imagine just being miserable and having to watch some kids. Leave me alone. I would pay a couple $100. Hey, take my kid so I can just be at home and be sick and just kind of, mope around the house all day.
All right. So real quickly before we sign off here, what's your go-to cold medicine?
I don't know. I mean, not like again, you're making me knock on wood a lot. Like, thankfully, Jobies. I take Jobies, so I don't get sick a whole lot. If I do,
you don't take Jobies.
Oh yeah. If I do, but hand God, and by the grace of God, I've never been one to get sick a whole lot. It's usually maybe one time in the fall and maybe one time in the spring when the temperature kind of rises and drops. That's about it. That's about the only time I really get sick enough to where, like, I'm calling it in. I'm just kind of laying on the couch all day.
Okay. I just asked because I'm an Alka-Seltzer fan.
I don't think I've ever had Alka-Seltzer in my life. I thought, isn't that for like indigestion?
No. They have cold tablets and all that stuff. So they got
like the stuff that dissolves in the water.
They have that stuff, but they also have pills now. And it just, for some odd reason, in my head, it works for me.
It helps with the flu.
It helps with anything.
Like when you're sick. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
They have a daytime. They have a nighttime. You got your stuff. And also, by the time you drink a bottle of NyQuil, you're fine.
And what the situation you're in that I will be in shortly is when Miss Maddie May starts going to school and starts bringing all these germs and stuff home. So, my immune system is going to have to really amp up over the next maybe 3, 4, 5 years when she starts going to pre-K and kindergarten and first, second grade.
Not gonna be fun for you, buddy.
I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Stay away. I'll give him the Heisman. I'll give her the Heisman. Get over there. Stay in that corner. Daddy's gotta be healthy. Don't be. Although she did yesterday, she was puking for most of the morning. I was home with her. She's never really puked before like that. Start of the day. As soon as she stands up in her crib, like 2 minutes, I'm just talking to her, and then just. So, spent most of the day scrubbing up carpets and cleaning the floors from puke. So that wasn't great, but thankfully by the afternoon she was feeling better.
Oh my God! Thank God she's feeling better because, dude, that's also no fun.
She's good today. She's good.
If it's coming out of both ends, that's when it's really not fun.
No, and that's why I'm like, she must have eaten something because she was still acting fine. She was just every once in a while, like, she'd start getting like the hiccups, and then that was a precursor to something else is coming.
Oh, good God! Well, kind of like you with hot stuff with the hiccups.
Yeah, still to this day.
Taking after her father. Still taking after
except I don't puke, thankfully.
Oh,
but it's no fun.
All right, Brian. We're here at the end of the show. God bless everybody, buddy.
Yep. God bless you. God bless America.
We are definitely uncorked and unloaded. We want to thank our troops and first responders for everything you guys do. Thank you all. And we will catch you next week with, guess what? More of the coaching carousel for the Cleveland Browns. See you guys next week. Have a good night.